What were the name of those stores?
Barry's.
After your son.
Yeah, I guess he worked for my father when we were first married. Then he went out on his own, and uh, and then we were in shopping centers. See, by then we were in shopping
And they were
centers.
clothing stores?
Mm-hmm.
Is shopping centers across Austin or across that
Well,
general area?
towns around,
Mm-hmm.
and then he sold them in 1980, and then he was in real estate. We were always a little in real estate. My family was always in real estate, and then he went into it.
You must have seen a lot of changes in Austin.
Boy, yeah.
When did you leave Austin?
1990, 89, 90,
Mm-hmm. And where'd you go?
Montgomery, Alabama.
And what were you doing in Montgomery,
I
Alabama?
married a man from there.
Well, how'd you meet him?
Oh, that's a long story.
We got time.
All right. My son was married to a girl from Memphis, and they lived in Atlanta, Barry, Atlanta, you know. And Lynn's mother knew Irving, whom you know, and he was a widower, and he was dating someone in Memphis, and she had the chutzpah to tell him, "You're dating the wrong person." And so she gave him my phone number, and he called me.
And you were in Austin at that
I was
time.
in Austin.
Okay.
I was in Austin, and he called me, and we chatted, and I said, you know, I have no idea where Montgomery, Alabama is. I don't even know where Alabama is. Texas is a big place, and I lived in the center of it. And so, you know, he was pleasant, and I tried to be pleasant. I was a nervous wreck. And then he called me a little bit later, and he says, "Don't you have children in Atlanta?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, don't you ever come visit them? I'll come to Atlanta and take you out." And that's how we met.
Okay, and how long did you see each other before you decided to get married?
About 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were older then.
I know. So his name was?
Irving Winter.
Okay, and did he have family in
He
Montgomery?
had a daughter and a son.
Had he grown up in Montgomery? Had he been
Yes,
there?
his family had been there forever, from before the Civil War. I think they had a plantation.
Okay, so
You're familiar with that kind of,
well,
yeah,
it's not about me. It's family in the South.
family in the
So
South.
when did you move to Dallas with Irving? How long?
We were married before I met.
I know you lived in Montgomery. You married and lived in Montgomery for several years, and then the two of you moved to Dallas. Do you remember what year that was? Roughly?
No, but I think it was about 9 years ago.
Okay. So,
Uh-huh.
okay.
I'm
In
not
15,
back.
something like that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We've been here.
So
I
you've
was
been,
in Montgomery a long time.
how'd you feel about Montgomery?
It was different. It was different. Yes, I enjoyed it.
Hmm. Did you get involved in anything there to meet people?
Well,
And
you know, as with my father, my first husband, my second husband, they were all involved with their synagogues.
Mhm.
And Irving was a past president and all of that. And I did sisterhood.
met a lot of people through that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you moved here about 9 years ago, and you moved to the Legacy when you moved here.
Uh-huh.
Why'd you? And you have family here,
I
and
have a daughter here, and Irving's health was diminishing. It was not wonderful, and she wanted us to move here so she could help me. And so that, and Randy's mother, my son-in-law's mother, already lived here. So I didn't look anywhere else because Artish was here.
So we haven't talked about grandchildren.
Can you tell me a little bit about your grandchildren?
I have 7 of my own grandchildren. Each of my children, the girls each had 2 children, a boy and a girl. And Barry has 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. And of course, they're all grown, and I have two greats. Diana's daughter has a little boy, and Barry's son has a little boy, Ben, you know that. And then Irving had 2 grandchildren, and they were still young when I married him, so they considered me their grandmother. And Jason has 3 little boys, so I have 5. I consider it 5 great grandchildren, and they're all boys.
All boys.
All boys, and they all have Hebrew names. And I don't think any of my grandchildren are that religious. I have 2 Levi's, an Ezra, a Jacob, and a Yoshi.
Okay. That's nice. So, do you get to see them very often?
Well, some of them I do. Ben, who has the newest little baby, they live in Fort Worth, Ben and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I see them all pretty regularly, but, you know, the ones that live further away. Jason, that's Irving's grandson, always comes. In fact, we were making plans this morning. They come for spring break, and he brings the 3 little boys, which are not so little anymore. And I'm going to Houston this weekend for Levi's first birthday.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So we, you know, I don't see them as if they lived in the same town, but I see them every few months.
What kind of things do you do to stay busy here?
Mahjong, bridge, exercise class, the usual.
Okay. What are some of the things that you are most proud of in your life?
Well, I guess my children. My children and the life I led. We never had any big problems in either of my marriages. And what I really enjoyed when I was younger is traveling. I've been all over the world.
What were some of your favorite places to visit?
I love the Greek islands. And I just enjoyed it all. I just like seeing new things, new lifestyles.
Do you still travel?
No.
It's gotten harder to travel.
I'm not comfortable doing it anymore.
Yeah. It's harder.
And I'm not comfortable doing it. I quit. I had friends in New York, and until COVID, I went twice a year and stayed with a friend there and went to plays and museums, the art. However, they're not there anymore. They're not in such good health either, and I can't walk the streets. I was there a year and a half ago for Ben's wedding, and but it was hard. It's hard to do that. I didn't tell you that one thing that I did in Austin. I was a docent at the art museum.
Oh, how long did you do that?
Oh, many years.
Enjoyed it?
Many years. At the University of Texas had a museum. I was an art history major in school. And after the children grew up, I went back to school.
Oh, did you end up getting your degree?
I went to see my counselor because I was ready to get a degree. And she said, you only have 3 semesters of French. And you can't get a fine arts degree without 4 semesters of French. And it had been 25 years, 20-something since I took French. And so I never got the degree.
But did you enjoy art history? You still
Yes.
love to go to museums? And...
Yes. I still do that. I still love going to museums. And and that was, I had a lot of friends, that was something that I really enjoyed doing, was that doceting. I did it in Montgomery too, the art museum in Montgomery. There they did mostly children, and that was a good. But in Austin, it was more challenging.
Is there anything else you want to talk about that we haven't covered?
I don't think so. I think we did in the end.
Are you worn out now? Well, thank you so much, Gay. Thank you
You're
for talking to
welcome.
me.
Enjoyed doing it.
Okay.